One Piece is just as tragic as Attack on Titan, and the only reason it looks so hopeful is because we see it through Luffy's eyes, through the eyes of a liberator. It is Luffy who makes this tragic world feel survivable. And it's not because of the plot armor, his ridiculous stamina or haki, none of that. It's what he is mentally. Luffy's greatest asset is that he doesn't think. He sees and he does, like a true monkey. And I am done pretending that there is no depth to him, so today we'll go over what makes Luffy one of the greatest characters ever written. When I first started One Piece, I thought it was a dumb children's cartoon. The name Monkey D. Luffy felt too goofy and Zora's forehead was too blinding. The starting bad guys were also literal clowns, and so I had little hope that it would be worth the watch. That was until I realized that it was all on purpose. Oda used Luffy as water so that the hard pills, the oppression, slavery, and corruption that come after are easier to swallow. For example, let's take Arlong. He had terrorized Kokoyashi village for years and was a symbol of fear and terror. But that was him from Nami's perspective, from the eyes of everyone who suffered at his hands, or fins. But then Luffy comes along and the first thing he notices is Arlong's nose. Oda intentionally made Luffy simple-minded and goofy so that even oppressors like Arlong look like an easy catch. Please excuse the fish racism. He proves that most cages in life are the ones we create, that we suffer more in our mind than we do in real life. Unlike Eren, who was caged even in the skies, Luffy was free even in cages. And while some characters die for freedom, Luffy lives for it. Like what he did in Enies lobby for Robin. While Robin was losing her mind, Luffy brought her back to the ground by simply asking her what she wanted, not what the people or the world government wanted from her. Luffy brought out that child in her that had long died, and gave her a reason to continue living. You'll also notice that in the manga, Luffy does not have thought bubbles. That doesn't mean that he does not think, it just means he's so sure of what he needs to do that he doesn't need to think. You cannot beat someone who doesn't know what losing is. His character is also used as the umbrella for the story. The systems are complex, the politics run deep, but the artistic choices are always kept simple. The music, the character designs, the landscapes, they all look so simple. The world is goofy, bizarre, and never stays complicated for too long. In that way, Luffy is everything we see in One Piece. He just might be the One Piece himself. Now the next part is absolute genius, and it has to do with Luffy's rubber body, a body that can deflect bullets. Now these aren't just bullets or guns, they're symbolic for government control and gun violence used to maintain strict class systems. I refuse to believe this was accidental when you know Luffy is the very face of rebellion. He's made out of that one material that rejects the one weapon that's shot down so many rebellions. And if you dig a little deeper, Luffy isn't just physically bulletproof, he's also got the unbreakable spirit. He is the sort of person who makes sure the sun will rise tomorrow even if he has to go there and shove it back into the sky. Another misinterpretation about Luffy that I see is the Gear 5. People complain that it wasn't their idea of a power-up and it didn't have that gust of anger or the cool nonchalant calmness of most shonen power-ups. Luffy's 5th gear was the embodiment of why joy is stronger than despair, and people around the world raised the Straw Hats Jolly Roger because Luffy showed them that just because you can't change the world doesn't mean you can let it change you. Next up is the most notable quality of Luffy, his anti-intelligence, because Luffy would not be Luffy if he wasn't dumb. But he's so dumb that he's actually smart. For example, when he faced Crocodile for the first time, he was throwing everything at him. He didn't know what would stick, he just BS'd his way through. He didn't once stop and think how he would take Crocodile down, he just knew he was bad so he needed a beating. Plain and simple, just like all the unseasoned meat he wolfs down. A lot of people confuse lack of thinking with lack of caring, but Luffy doesn't simplify the world because he doesn't care about it, he simplifies it because suffering doesn't need to be intellectualized. It doesn't need a mind when you've got a heart. Like when you get to Impel Down, there are so many times where you think that in a world designed to break people, why doesn't he break? It's because he doesn't think he can. He ain't got a clue how to dismantle a corrupt regime. He probably doesn't even know what that is. He only knows how to stand in front of it. Now, on the other hand, we have characters like Law or Robin who know the system is rotten, who understand the corruption. Luffy also sees the same corruption, but he doesn't live inside of it. That is the biggest difference. Law probably wouldn't be too happy to hear all of this, but people like him would prefer to plan everything. Luffy, on the other hand, has a broad opportunist mindset. A mindset that says that as long as I'm alive, I'll have infinite chances. Now, this was all about who Luffy is, but what lets him be that way? It's the people around him, or the Nakama he's made along the way. Luffy can charge in blindly and survive because he knows his crew's got his back. The Straw Hats are a safety net who catch him whenever he slips. He knows where he falls short, they'll succeed. Where he breaks, they'll mend. And I kid you not, it is such a relief to see a people's man in the middle of all the lone wolf sigma male trends. To be a monkey instead, it is so much more cooler. Finally, I just want to add that although Luffy feels alien at times, he's actually very human. An autistic one at that. He lives freely and teaches us that your way won't appear unless you take the first step, to just keep on trying. One Piece is all about trying. Sometimes it works, other time it explodes in failure, but every time you get further and further, and you never truly lose anything. Luffy is the embodiment of it's not about whether you can or cannot, it's about whether you want to or not. That you don't need to conquer the Grand Line every night, you just need to set sail. So awaken the Luffy in you.